Good day, IOA. This is Ellen Miller, IOA's Executive Director, and I'm joined with Dr. Alicia Booker, our current fabulous IOA President. Welcome, Alicia.
Thank you so much.
We have so much to talk about today. It's been a while since we've updated our community about all the great things that are going on at IOA. So we thought we would tag team a little bit and have Alicia share some of the great work that the board is doing, and I'll update folks on some of the great work our committees are doing and that I'm working on. So
Great.
Alicia, what's going on at the board?
Well, the board has spent some time identifying some projects and restructuring a bit. We have identified a variety of board projects to move us forward and complete our strategic plan. We've also explored our new strategic structure and impact of our work. For example, rather than assigning board liaisons to all committees, we've decided the board will assign them to different task force and tackle identified ideas and goals. So here is a sample of what the board of directors will be working on, and we have a lot going on. Our internationalization task force is just about to kick off. This task force will develop a strategic plan for IOA's international priorities, the resources required, and will assist the value of creating a pilot regional project that will create a model for growing the profession. Ronnie Thompson, IOA past president, and Sam Zoe, North Asia Ombuds for Mars, will lead the group. If you're interested in joining this group, please let us know. We are a volunteer-led organization for sure. Related to this task force, the board will be holding its October board meeting in Europe this fall. We plan to meet with the members of the European RAC, and we'll meet October 18th and 19th with the International NGO Ombuds in Geneva. Our goal for this meeting is to connect with members in this region and gain an insight into the challenges they face as organizational ombuds. We have also launched the IOA Professionalization Task Force. We just had our first meeting. Sarah Clapper, our incoming president and as president-elect, she will be leading the task force this year. I will be taking over next year. This task force is going to look at our job descriptions, our salaries, and the competencies that we value and highlight for us to do this organizational ombuds work. And so we will be recording another Good Day IOA and give you more detail about that task force. We also have a task force mapping out our community conversation series. If you remember last year, Ellen was in charge of that and did that with all of us. So this next year, the board of director, Sue Devaney and Lily, will be leading that task force. We also have a small group focusing on the standards of practice implementation. Board Director Jacqueline Philippine will be leading that, and her efforts we will share more about that at the September and October community conversation. The board is also setting up an exploratory group to consider how IOA can support ombuds well-being. Board Director Thomas Green is our point person on that effort. And as you see, we just have a lot of different things going on. But last but not least, another one that's close to my heart is our education strategy. Earlier this year, we wanted to design and better address our content gaps and create opportunities for more seasoned ombuds. So we have convened an education stakeholder group composed of all the chairs of our content committees, and the goal is to break down committee silos, creating a more collaborative opportunity for us. So Board of Director Jen Mahoney is our point person on this. And our first efforts is launching a September virtual symposium on DEIB issues. This will take place 2 days, just 4 hours a day, and we hope you will join us. There is more, but these are the key things we are focusing on for Q3. Ellen?
Thanks, Alicia. That's so much. And I'm involved in so much of that work, but just listening to it, it's super exciting to see the directions that we're changing and shifting and putting some thought leadership in all of those projects. There's a lot going on this side of the house as well. So thanks to Hershenia Brown, who is kind of co-leading a small working group that IOA has convened around Ombuds Day. for Ombuds Day this year, we're going to focus on some public PR marketing aspect, really externally focused on raising awareness of the role of ombuds in the healthcare space. So we may be turning to you for success stories, for your annual reports, and some of your guidance and wisdom of how the ombuds has had positive application in the healthcare space. If you've been following my blog posts or my LinkedIn, you've seen that I've been on a little bit of a traveling roadshow, and this is really part of IOA's outreach to partner with key organizations that we hope to better educate and illuminate as to practice. So we've just done two lovely partnerships with NACUA, the U.S. National Association of College and University Attorneys, excuse me. We did a fireside chat with them at the beginning of June and also did a program at their annual conference a few weeks ago. We're also going to be sponsoring the Cleary Center's upcoming virtual summit in September. So many of our higher ed ombuds are particularly interested in those issues. You know, I often get questions about why are we spending so much time in Title IX? And I think what we all learned from the affirmative action case decision last week or 2 weeks ago now is what happens in one space really impacts everything else. So what happens in Title IX, US Title IX will soon happen in Title VII. And for our international members listening to this video, that's really about harassment issues globally. Okay, so moving on, ally video. We're in the process of developing an ally video for corporate ombuds. And so this project will ask presidents and CEOs and directors of human resources and compliance directors and HR directors why they love their ombuds program. And we've asked a series of questions for them to answer, and we've got really wonderful response from some US-based and some multinational corporations. If you're in the corporate space and you have an ally or a champion, please reach out to me so we can, I can send you the questions and we can record them and include you in your program in our video. Our advocacy committee is hard at work working on several projects under the leadership of board member Mark Patterson and President-elect Sarah Clapper. We're identifying 3 projects that the advocacy committee is working on to help members, what we call small A advocacy, help and advocate for you and your program in your organization. So please, if you're interested in joining that effort, please reach out to Mark Patterson. The board just approved at its last meeting the code of conduct for IOA as a pilot program. This supports the values and norms work that we approved as a pilot earlier this spring. So, and that work was in effect for the IOA annual conference and IOA annual meeting. So look for more information on that to be rolled out. One of the key aspects of making that successful is your feedback, what you see, what you hear, and what training would support you in rolling those out. We do plan a bystander training for later this fall, and earlier next year, we've teed up a project with the National Equity Project on microaggressions. So look for more DEI specific training on that. So much. I could probably go on, but it almost appears like we may be droning on and on. So I apologize, everybody, but it's exciting, all the good stuff that we're working on for you. Alicia.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. Your board of directors, Ellen, SBI, we're all working hard, and we hope we're moving in the right direction that you can get behind and support. If you've heard anything today, please reach out. If you want to connect with me, you want to connect with Ellen, even if you want to volunteer for some of the initiatives that we've talked about. Again, we are a volunteer-led association, and so we need you.
That's right. Our door is always open. So in the virtual space, that's on Zoom. So reach out and let's set a time to connect and talk. So thanks so much, Alicia. Thanks for your leadership as our terrific president. As she said, the board is working so hard for everybody. So let's keep moving along. Keep on going, IOA. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.